Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back again to another episode on the Foundations SMP. This is episode 25 and unfortunately guys, this is going to be the last episode of Foundations you're ever going to see from me. I know this is quite a sad moment for a lot of you guys that have loved the series so far, and I know it's a shame to see it come to an end, but I've got some explaining to do. So a couple of months back, I actually got an invite to Truly Bedrock, and if you don't know what that is, Truly Bedrock is actually the biggest Bedrock Edition SMP on YouTube, and it's something that I've always dreamt of joining. So when I got the invite, of course, I immediately accepted, and that has been the announcement that I haven't been able to share with you guys for the past 2 months. So yeah, this has genuinely been super exciting for me because I've always dreamt of joining Truly Bedrock for around about half a decade, ever since it started, and yeah, I'm extremely hyped to be making content with people I've looked up to for so long. It really is a dream come true. We actually start recording on Saturday, so the day after this video is coming out, which means, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to say goodbye to Foundations. Foundations did honestly so much better than I thought it would. I know that the views kind of flopped on my channel compared to other stuff I was doing, but I genuinely had so much fun, and I'm extremely proud of how far it's come. I still remember in June of 2022 when I DM'd TF Brit saying if he wanted to start an SMP with me because he had a history of doing survival content and PvP content, so we were pretty good friends. I had only done PvP content on my channel, but quite a while ago I was pretty involved in the survival community on Bedrock Edition, and I always wanted to do a survival series on my channel. So yeah, fast forward to April 2023 and we started season 1 of Foundations. We only had 6 members to start with, but we very quickly added quite a few more, and before we knew it, we had built a pretty awesome community around the SMP. We were all making episodes very regularly, and it was honestly a lot of fun. I got a lot more exposed to the Bedrock Edition survival community on YouTube, and yeah, like I said, I just made an insane amount of friends, and it is something that I will never forget. Eventually, after I made 15 episodes on the server, I think Brit made 12 or 13, and a lot of the other members made quite a few. Season 1 ended up just slowly fading away, and Brit's power stopped working, so he couldn't make content for a while. I kind of just went back to Nether Games because I was sick of getting hardly any views, and at the time, Nether Games did a lot better on my channel, so I was a little bit unmotivated. And yeah, the 2 biggest YouTubers on the SMP, both quitting at around about the same time, kind of led to all the other members slowly dwindling from the server, and they all went back to doing their own thing. But eventually, when Brit got his power back, we started planning for season 2 of Foundations. This was going to be bigger and better than the one we already had before. We spent weeks upon weeks thinking about cool and interesting ideas to make the server unique and stand out from the crowd, and that, along with having 17 members on the server, we were ready to get back at it. So we started season 2, we had some cool things implemented, such as the Ministry of Mirage and tribes and stuff like that, and we were back at it. Now this was crazy, especially in the first couple months, because obviously we had so many members, which meant so much content to watch, which was absolutely fantastic. There was a period of time where about 3 or 4 episodes and a couple of live streams were being created on Foundations per day, and some people were genuinely struggling to keep up because that's how active the server was. But then I made the quite weird decision to do an absolutely insane project in 1 episode. I had only created 5 episodes this season at the time, and I thought, you know what, let me just spend 2.5 months on 1 episode for no real good reason. I decided to make Minecraft Bedrock's biggest hand-dug perimeter in 1 episode. The reason for this is because I wanted a really cool time-lapse where a lot of progress gets done super fast. I was kind of inspired by watching a lot of the Java time-lapses, but obviously Bedrock Edition doesn't actually have a good replay mod feature, so I just recorded from my camera account on my phone. And yeah, the time-lapse didn't turn out great, but I think it turned out okay considering it was on Bedrock Edition. But yeah, after a 10-week period of no episodes from me, I finally released the video where I set a world record for Minecraft Bedrock's biggest hand-dug perimeter. And yeah, the feedback was pretty positive. A lot of people's minds were kind of blown that I spent so much time on one episode, over 500 hours. But yeah, during that time, once again, because I wasn't uploading very frequently, even though I was playing Foundations so much, you know, I didn't upload for like 10 weeks, people very slowly started to become demotivated once again, and slowly there were less and less episodes. But yeah, once I got back, I did the mining episode, and then I did the episode where I did these cool perimeter walls, and then I did a purely collaboration episode where I did all these details with Judd. I genuinely really liked this episode because it was quite a change of pace from before. You know, I was making so much progress in each episode by mining out this entire thing and then making these entire walls. A lot of recording time went into them, but this one, it was genuinely just me and my friend chatting and building these outer walls, which definitely helped the perimeter to not stand out like a sore thumb so much. But yeah, after that, I was pretty fed up of getting like a 10th of the views as I was on Nether Games, so once again, I got tempted and I came back to Nether Games, and I put Foundations on hold. But the day after I made my return to Nether Games video, I got the invite to truly Bedrock. And like I said in the intro, that was genuinely a huge moment for me because, you know, I've been dreaming about this for a very long time and I couldn't quite believe that it's finally happened. I still haven't really processed it. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, once I got the invite to truly Bedrock, I immediately knew that Foundations would not continue, for me anyway. And yeah, I didn't really have much motivation to make any more episodes. So I thought, you know what, these Nether Games videos are doing very well. I'm almost at 5k subs and I want a face reveal quite soon, so let me just do a bunch of these Nether Games videos because I am enjoying myself on here. And yeah, why not just spam a bunch of them and try to upload daily so I can get to 5k subs as soon as possible. So I did just that, and in the space of 3 months, I went from 4.5k subs to almost 5.5k, which is crazy. So thank you guys so much for that. But yeah, now is the time for me to genuinely make content with people I've been looking up to for half a decade, which means no more Foundations and no more Nether Games. And I know that I've quit Nether Games a few times on my channel before, but somehow I've always just been persuaded to come back. And I think I have two main reasons for that. Number one, it does very well on my channel because I've built most of my audience on Nether Games. And number two, my stats. I think I've talked about this before, but in my personal opinion, Nether Games does stats the best I've ever seen out of any Minecraft server. They have in-game stats for pretty much every single metric you can possibly think of on the server, and they have leaderboards for pretty much every possible metric you can have on this server. And I've always been pretty into numbers and lists, and pairing that with the fact that I'm also quite a competitive person, you can see why I got so addicted to grinding leaderboards on Nether Games. I spent so much time just trying to up my stats on the server so I could be higher leaderboard spots, and eventually pretty much all of my Nether Games content revolved around my stats on the server. So for instance, I'd make a video on hitting 16,000 bridge wins, or 9,000 bed wars wins, or 45,000 wins across all the game modes, or level 1,050 and stuff like that. And yeah, I do agree with a lot of you guys that those videos did get extremely repetitive, which is why I tried to stop them and do more chillaxed Bed Wars commentaries, but yeah, they got the exact same views as before, so it didn't really change much, and I ended up just making the title of those a stat that I recently hit anyway, but I didn't record, so yeah. And to be honest, I don't really have that many different video ideas for Nether Games. It seems like any different style of video I try and do on the server, I end up just scrapping the video. It never seems to go well because I'm so used to just doing the same type of video over and over and over again. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't be lying if I said that I wish I hadn't spent so much time just grinding stats on Nether Games literally off camera, because I've worked out the maths and I'm pretty sure I've spent upwards of 2,000 to 3,000 hours playing Nether Games just for fun. And some of that time not even for fun. I literally disciplined myself to play when I didn't want to so that I could get higher stats, which doesn't even mean anything. So yeah, I wish I just spent more time that I put into grinding stats to grinding YouTube. I can't imagine how much more successful I would have been on YouTube if I didn't spend so much time doing pointless activities like playing Nether Games duels. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I do want to quit Nether Games for good this time. The reason for that is because I do want to make YouTube full-time. It is one of my biggest goals, probably my biggest goal in life. And yeah, in case you didn't know, that's impossible to do with Nether Games. It doesn't have a big enough player base. I estimated that the max subscribers for Nether Games content nowadays is probably 10 to 15k, and that's kind of pushing it. And yeah, I know that I'm going to have to stop playing Nether Games eventually, so why not just quit now? Imagine how much time I could save that I would put into playing duels and, you know, potentially going for #1 wins on the server like I was thinking of doing. I don't want to disappoint my future self like I'm disappointed in my past self, so that's why I'm quitting Nether Games. And to make sure I don't get tempted to come back like all the other times before, I did something drastic. I got a stats reset. Yes, you heard that right. I got a Nether Games stats reset. After all of this time. That might sound crazy, but you don't understand how addicted I am to this server, and I had to do something drastic. Now that I don't have any stats, and I don't have my #3 in levels, or my #6 in wins, or my #2 in bridge wins, or any of that, I can't see myself coming back to Nether Games. And if I ever get that urge to play Bedrock Edition Bed Wars, I'll just play Hive Bed Wars, because I genuinely think Hive Bed Wars is just as good as Nether Games Bed Wars, if not even a little bit better. But the only reason I played Nether Games is because I had all my stats on there, and yeah, I was just completely addicted to them, which is just so unhealthy. And I know that I wouldn't get addicted to Hive stats because Hive doesn't do stats nearly as well as Nether Games do. Nether Games are insanely good at addicting players to numbers in a block game. I've actually thought about this for a while, and yeah, I know that I had to do something crazy if I genuinely wanted to quit the server forever. So yeah, no more Nether Games ever again. I'm sorry. To be fair, I did post like 30 more videos after I quit it like 8 months ago, so you can at least be thankful for that if you're sad about me leaving Nether Games. But I'll leave like all 300 or however many videos I have on Nether Games public forever, so you can always go back and watch them if you're dry for Nether Games content, which I'm sure you are, because I'm basically the only decent sized NG channel that actually uploads, which is kind of another reason that I quit. But let's stop rambling about Nether Games. Let's talk about the future of my channel. Obviously, this is episode 25, the last episode of Foundations, and I'm not posting another Nether Games video. I didn't want to make another goodbye Nether Games video because I've already made one of those like 8 months ago. So yeah, I thought I'd just explain it in this video. So yeah, the future of my channel, I'm gonna put 100% of my effort and time into Truly Bedrock. I'll be honest with you guys, I don't know how well Truly Bedrock will do on my channel. Obviously, I have a history of survival content not doing well on my channel at all because I've built almost all of my audience off PvP, so a lot of those people aren't interested in survival at all, which is why my Foundations series didn't do so well. So something similar could happen with Truly Bedrock, except I'm not the biggest YouTuber on Truly Bedrock like I am on Foundations. I've got plenty of big YouTubers to make content with, so naturally if I do collabs with big YouTubers on Truly Bedrock, a lot of their viewers will come over to my channel, meaning that my Truly Bedrock videos would do quite well. But also, just having the Truly Bedrock brand in my title will probably help me. But honestly, I'm not too sure, and I'm pretty interested to see how it will do. Even if it does poorly, I'm still going to make just TB content at least for a while, because it is a dream of mine, and if it doesn't do well after like 40 episodes and it's still doing absolutely terribly, I guess I'll slow that down and think of something else as well to do or something. I'm not too sure yet. Maybe I'll be making Hive Bed Wars content or Bedrock Edition Hardcore content, but I can't really see that happening at least anytime soon. My prediction is that Truly Bedrock will do around about the same as Nether Games, maybe a little bit less, but I don't think it will do as poorly as Foundations. But yeah, I'm extremely excited for Truly Bedrock. We actually start recording on the server 24 hours after this video comes out, and yeah, I'm absolutely pumped. But yeah, guys, unfortunately, the time is here. It's time to say goodbye to Foundations SMP. I'm genuinely so grateful to be a part of this series, and I'm so proud of how far it's come. I believe all members across both seasons have posted upwards of 200 episodes on the server combined. And yeah, that's just insane to me. I think I uploaded 15 episodes in Season 1 and 10 in Season 2, so that's 25 in total, which is a nice number to end it on. Even though I'm leaving, Foundations will continue. And yeah, this is Judd and Skelly's city that they're working on. I feel kind of bad for leaving this like 200 by 200 perimeter right here. We had some cool plans to connect both of our bases really well, and it was going to look super cool, but that's not going to happen anymore because this is no longer my base. This is going to be part of their city. I know that they have some pretty cool plans to make this part of the city, and I think it will look pretty cool, pretty unique. I believe they're going to make it like bee-themed and make like a bee-themed section of the city, and honestly, I can't wait to watch their videos and see what they do with this place. So yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't finish my base in Season 2 like I did with Season 1. Not gonna lie, I was actually very proud of my base in Season 1. It was a pretty cool city if you haven't seen it. I do recommend watching Season 1 if you haven't. But yeah, like I said, go check out Judd Samurai and Stormy Skeleton. They're both really cool YouTubers, and yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with this place. Along with all the other Foundations members, because Foundations is continuing. I'm just leaving. But I'm genuinely so proud of how far Foundations has come in the past year and a bit, and I cannot thank you guys enough for supporting the series. But yeah, unfortunately, the time's here. It's time to log off Foundations for the very last time. This is kind of a big moment. I'll never be logging on ever again. I've probably spent upwards of 1,500 hours, maybe even 2,000 hours recording and editing on Foundations, and it's all coming to a close. So, without any further ado, 3, 2, 1. It's done. Oh my god. Time to remove it. Well, I guess I'll see you guys later. All 25 of my Foundations episodes will be public in a playlist, so you guys can easily watch them if you want to. I've made such an insane amount of friends in this community, and I hope I don't lose them, even though I won't be making content with them anymore. But yeah, now it's time for a new chapter. No more Nether games, no more Foundations. It's time for Truly Bedrock. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in episode 1 of Truly Bedrock.